Hi guys. So today we're going to go over the new hero they just released, the Hypogean, known as Cryonaia. So for all those who just don't know who she's part of the recent story. She's like the boss that we have to defeat during pretty much every part of the quest. If you want to know more, more about her, you can just go here. Um, in this section, you can go to the Chains of Eternity like recap, and we have a series of videos where you can see who she is. Like, she's the frozen like witch that appears as part of the story that was inside the princess. In case you haven't gone through the story, I recommend you just to play it. It's really nice when you have an understanding of what's going on and who she is. Um, she's just a hero that just came out. You can keep looking here through all the story, and there will be some um, appearances where Princess Yelena was kind of weird at some point, and once you know why, you'll see um, an epic fight between Balka and Cryonaia. So I'm not going to show the actual videos just in case you haven't played it just yet. I'll show these videos after I present the hero so you know what I'm talking about. Um, First of all, she just came out. She has a kit that has been um, like interesting to me to understand because she freezes time on every event. Even if she's going against the boss, she freezes time. So she's this like girl here, and let's go and try to complete the pool. I have done a few pulls in one of my previous videos where I used two of my tokens to get two copies from here. So in case you want to get her, I would recommend you. This is like the easiest way. Just get 30,000 tokens and get copies. And the second thing I did was just use my orb currency, like the Stargaze currency here, to get more copies of her. Currently, I am at S. I just need, I think, three more copies. I forgot. So let's see and try how much copies can we get here? How many copies? Sorry. Seems there's another one. I think this was before PD. And oh, we got a double one. That's perfect. So double copy. I'll just take a screenshot here because we have a showcase or like a how can I say, a channel in our server. So when these kind of things happen, we take screenshots and we share them with our members. And this is not my first time. They even say that I have some kind of luck in this account because I have getting a lot of doubles. So it's just you have to keep believing you can get them. So eventually they'll come. We still have 17 more to go. So let's see how well are we doing this night. And this is a pity one. That's nice. And we have 40 remaining and 37. So let's see how many copies we got. I think we have already enough to get her to S plus. Yeah. And I'll get her weapon to the max I can. So currently I don't have enough to get her to 25, but I'll just get halfway because I need 2026 more. So let's just get her as far as we can. That's pretty much that. Uh, I think I'll just, for purposes of this video, I'll purchase one of the five currency that is in, I think it's in Arena Store. I normally don't recommend you to do this, but I'll just do it just for the purposes of this video because we're trying to showcase her kit. So maybe that point is going to increase a little bit more stats so she can survive a little longer. I would love to have her 25, but as of now, I still need 125 and then I think another 125 or 150. So let's do it for now like this. I'm going to get her reward here. In order to get that one, you have to get 8,000 affinity. That's easy to get because you will get a lot of hamsters from the previous events, so you can just use them there, right? Now let's go through over her kit and let's see what she does, right? So first of all, she's like a frozen hero here. She has like a domain for all those who are fans of Fate Stay Night. I'm not sure if you remember what they called reality marbles. Those were like kind of ultimates or like abilities the heroes have that they transform the field into an alternate dimension, like an alternate world. Like for instance, what Emilia did, like when he casted the Unlimited Blade Works. This is something similar. So it says Cryonaia summons the domain of Eternal Winter. Let's compare this to the Unlimited Blade Works, and it traps up to 3 enemy heroes and summons them into the domain for 12 seconds. This time here can be I think this is changing based on maybe her X weapon or something. I don't remember clearly. I'll just check now. Cutting them off from the rest of the battlefield. This means if the enemy has like a Su team, you will only capture 3 of those heroes, right? And it says under summons. So if, for instance, you're going against a Florable, a Varial, and let's say a Cisia, she will capture the hero and the summons. So this is an important part to know here. You may be fighting more than 3 just enemies at one time. But I mean, she's strong enough to just counter pretty much all of that. Then this skill prioritizes enemy heroes who have dealt the highest cumulative damage. In this case, you're going to target pretty much the carries of the other team, but sometimes the tanks are the ones dealing more damage, right? Because for at the time of the cast of the spell, maybe the enemy tank is dealing damage because he's surrounded. So keep this in mind. It's not always the carry, and the at the moment of this spell, she's alone there. So let's continue reading. In boss fights, Cryonaia traps all enemies in the domain of Eternal Winter. So this will be she versus everything. Then, when Cryonaia casts Frostveil Domain, which is the name of the ultimate, she gains a Frost Shield that can only last when Eternal Winter is active, absorbing up to this amount of damage plus this amount of damage. So these two numbers are based on her stats. So having her at a higher like Paragon level actually helps her, and also increasing the X weapon helps her. That's what I was trying to get her as high as possible. When the shield is active, Cryonaia is immune to control effects. Her haste increases by 60 and her attack increases by 60%. And she cannot be defeated. So while she's on this reality marble, like I call it, the Eternal Winter, she can't die. I mean, if she would die, instead the effect ends and you go back to a 5v5 fight or boss fight. Eternal Winter will end early if all trapped enemies are defeated or if the force shield is destroyed. Something to consider about this is as you are progressing on her level as a hero, if you are up the way to S plus, you will not do this amount of damage that I mentioned here, like 1,400. You will do 3,000, and this one remains the same, 250 of the other damage that she's adding up. Then the second skill that we're going to review, Icicle Tempest. This one says, Cryonaia summons a powerful ice storm that sweeps across the battlefield for 6 seconds. I'm not sure if you remember those enemies in the AFK stages that summon little like tornadoes. This is something kind of like that, and it says for 6 seconds, dealing this amount of damage every 0.5 seconds to enemies in its path, and this amount of damage to enemies within 1 tile of the storm. After casting Frostveil Domain, Cryonaia stops using this skill actively, and instead she creates a full-size ice storm and 2 smaller ones at the center of the battlefield, which lasts for the duration of her Frost Shield. The smaller storm deals this amount of damage and the same duration to enemies caught in their path. This also increases with the levels up to 77% to enemies in the title and 38% to enemies within 1 tile. Also, the smaller storms, like the smaller like hurricanes or tornadoes or whatever you want to call them, do 38%, which is kind of the same damage to enemies on the title. The next skill she has is Frigid Edge. She launches like 5 shards of ice, and it says Cryonaia creates and launches 5 icy shards at the enemy. With each shard dealing this amount, it's 160 damage to the enemy hit. Remember that these damages listed here increase with level, so it will be more. While her Frost Shield is active, the cooldown of this skill is reduced to 3 seconds. So normally the cooldown is listed here. You can see it's 10 seconds. But when she is in her Reality Marble, like I like to call it, it's reduced to 3 seconds. So it's like almost 1/3 of the time. She will be casting this a lot when she's inside her Ice Storm. Well, the Frostveil Domain, let's call it. FD for short. Cryonaia increases her attack by 7% during battle. For every 2 seconds that the Frost Shield remains active, her attack increases by an additional 1%, stacking up to 6 times. This means the more you cast your ult, the higher your damage goes, up to 12% during battle. This is base, and for every 2 seconds inside your marble, which lasts 12 seconds, you will start stacking 1.5% up to 6 times. This means in just one cast of your ultimate, you will increase this amount 6 times, which is 9% plus 12 is 21% after one ultimate. Finally, the Frozen in Time ability, it says Cryonaia deals 60% damage to enemies each time they are brought into the domain. So just by being brought into her ult, she will deal this amount of damage. And then it says something that we have to consider here. Only Cryonaia can cast ultimate while in the domain. This means if you have a full team of 5 heroes still remaining, they will be frozen. The only ones acting inside the ultimate, the FD, are going to be the ones that Cryonaia summon, the 3 enemies, and maybe the other Cryonaia on the other team. So she can still cast inside like this Reality Marble, right? Like if you remember like the anime, when Emilia fought someone that had the same power inside his Unlimited Blade Works, they had the same power. So this is pretty much the same. If they are summoned into that reality, they can do whatever they want. This is also something that happened in other like animes. This I think this is really cool because this is bringing you something you kind of know, you kind of have seen somewhere else into the game. Like I remember like this also this anime called Jujutsu Kaisen, where they are also using like Reality Marbles. I feel this is something like that, right? So you're getting a taste of how that would work in here. And also, I'm not sure if you have noticed, when you use the Blade Dance or something spell in here, it is really similar to how the anime in Unlimited Blade Works compares to the way he summons the swords, like from the back of his kit, and it's close to the Gilgamesh spell. So if you haven't seen Fate Stay Night, I would recommend you to see that so you can understand what I'm talking about. And finally, this is something additional. While the Frost Shield is active, she will instantly freeze and defeat enemies, just like Scarlita does and Audi does. Like, they kill enemies with just a threshold of their life. And this says, within the domain of Eternal Winter, if their current HP is below 300% of her attack. So again, the more attack you have on Cryonaia, the better for her. If you have her maybe at Paragon 2 with X Weapon 25, that would mean this threshold would be even bigger, and this percentage is going to be um, smaller compared to her attack. So as long as you have enough attack here, and the percentage in HP of the enemy is lower than that, they will automatically die. If you want to compare this to maybe Scarlita, um, this is a Supreme Plus plus 20. How much was it? 23. And if we compare her to Scarlita, it was 300% and 15. And if you see here, I think she's 200, but that's fine. Here it says 180% and HP below 25. So if we say the enemy, let's say just a number, has 100 HP, if they are below 25, they would die here, and the damage that you have to do is 180. In the case of Cryonaia, this one is 15%, so the radius is required to be less. So it's like 10% more damage you have to deal to them, but also the bonus here, instead of 180, it's 300. So it's kind of balanced. If you know 180 of maybe 1000, it's going to be 180 damage, and if both had 1000 damage, Cryonaia would have to do almost the same amount of damage to the enemy to kill him. So it just comes up to how pumped your heroes are. I think Cryonaia has more chances of killing heroes than Scarlita though, so we're going to find out now. I'll just show some stances that you can have with Cryonaia. So you may remember this from the game. She presents herself like this, and if you see the animations of the attacks, it's pretty much this. I'll show them now in a fight, and I think those are all of them. Also remember to use your affinity and to convert that into rewards. So once you get to 8,000, you will get, I think it's 3 envelopes and around 200 diamonds. So that's another recommendation I have to make for Cryonaia. When you get her, just get all the rewards possible. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to try and use her in one of these levels. I'm not really sure she's the best at cleaning levels, because she's not as like buffed as other heroes. But let's try. I mean, we don't lose anything. I'll just show her kit, the best way I have, and let's add, let's say, since she freezes everything, she stops getting benefits from the other heroes. But if we want her to just cast her ult faster, I'll add Rowan here. This will add mana from here, and mana from the two casting heroes. And let's add something like a Ludovic or something for heals. Let's see, I'll just use this one so you can see the animation that I mentioned. And let's go. This may not clear the level because these levels are already super high. I'm pushing like beyond deficit. You can see it's almost 3 times. But let's see the kit right now. If you see here, the twins are going to give us haste and some mana. Rowan is going to fill up the mana, and here comes the cast. If you see, we can attack the 3 enemies alone, and it's 1 versus 3 now. So these are the storms that we mentioned before, and they will only be damaging the enemies alone here. The rest of the team is just going to be there to support her. So we didn't add enough damage dealers. Like I mentioned, this was just to see her kit in action. And for cleaning purposes, I would recommend to have either your Aaron almost comp with Smokey or something like that. This is just to showcase how like the kit works. And if you see some levels, and I'm not saying that all of them, but some levels are already introducing Cryonaia to the fight. But since these are like deficit ones, it's really hard to have a Cryonaia displayed in here. Where she is now used is in the Duras trials. I saw her, I think, here. And there's people introducing her to some of the teams. If it's not here, I'll just leave the team I chose before, and you can see her kit also here. So in here, she's going to be super slow to get her ult because she's not part of the raw one and the other cast. But once she activates, she pretty much deletes everything. If you see, she got 5 kills. So right now for PvE, I would say she's not like the best choice if you're going to include her for clearing levels. But maybe in other options, like in PvP, I think she's going to be really nice to counter some heroes like Talene, because she resurrects. Also, like Thoran, maybe? I'm not sure. We still have to see how it works, right? There are some Thoran levels in AFK pushing where you have to use Scarlita to clear Thoran. So I'm thinking now maybe adding Cryonaia to the um, AFK pushing is going to be better because she is kind of more reliable in this killing potential than Scarlita. Um, she's going to be really nice now to clear all these levels because it's helping us get the ult going now with Damien and the twins, and she's killing between 3 to 5 enemies each time. Um, I'll just do the 30 floors here to showcase her skills. Also, the animations are quite good. I have to say, um, every time I see the ultimate, this part where everything freezes and also the time freezes is amazing. Sometimes, if you're doing like a boss fight, she will also freeze the time, and a cool animation appears in the timer. So right now, I think for today's boss, it's Lucia, and I haven't seen any Cryonaia team, so I'm not going to showcase that, but you can see the time stop there, right? So I'm not sure if you remember, there are times where you're fighting AFK stage pushing and you run out of time because the enemy keeps healing. So this may help you clear those levels. I mean, still have to do some testing, but how the way this works, like freezing time and stopping like enemy casts only for the 3 heroes that are present in the field, I think that's going to be a little help for you in AFK clearing stages. At least once we figure out how to properly include her in teams. Like right now, the best combinations for her, it's for sure Rowan and the twins, because this gives her enough mana in a fast way to complete the ult, and probably Foresto with the original copy in front of her for additional mana regen. And also, if you know, if you are using twins Cryonaia and Foresto, you are going to have the active Celestial Hypogean talent buff, which gives you 100 mana, I think, at the beginning of the fight when you are near the one of the 2 slots where the heroes are located. So that would give you the most mana possible for the start of the fight. And I will just show that in another duel fight. Um, right now, we're going to have a friend here who is in our same guild, giving us some assistance to provide formations for us to test her potential in PvP. Uh, before I go there, just to showcase what I have been doing. So in Arena, the thing that it's going to be difficult for us is that we have a policy that we don't attack guildmates. So if you see, only this guy has is out of our guild on the ones that I can maybe attack, and this other girl, I think, on 12, and after that it's 15 and so on. So it's going to be hard for me to find a target that I can attack if I try here. Um, and showcasing her here is going to be really a bad choice, because if you see, we can't use the twins now to provide her some support. If we wanted to use a team here, like where twins were located in here, she would have to be here, but without the support of Foresto, because Foresto needs to be in front of her, right? So there's no way I can use a formation like Cryonaia here and support her with enough mana regeneration for her to kill everyone. I can try though and see how it goes. I mean, just for the sake of testing, but I'm not sure if that's going to be like the best option we have. Because if we go like this, um, twins are going to be here. And then maybe Rowan, but I'm not sure if Rowan is going to be a nice option. And since they also have a Bonnie and Lily May, Bonnie is going to target the rearmost hero, so she may just kill our um, twin, making it kind of ineffective. And Bonnie may stop the cast from her. So I'm going to use Rowan since I know that he kind of casts fast, and he may bait the casting here. And let's just add support like Ludovic, for instance, to have some heals in case this doesn't work. Um, like this is the first time I'm going to test this, um, and let's see how this goes. Okay, so the twins couldn't cast. Now Rowan is going to cast, and we're going to see the first ult from Cryonaia. She trapped Lily May, Talene, and Bonnie. If you see, Talene pretty much disappeared, Bonnie and Lily May disappeared, and the rest is just Foresto. If you see the animations, it's super nice how they just get frozen in place and they're dead, right? So this looks amazing, like how the enemies can just be there as statues and you obliterate the entire team. I'm not saying this is like the best option for PvP, but it works for some formations, right? Um, Before this, I assembled just a quick formation here. Um, it was in my account here. And after this, I'll just ask Jenna from our guild to start setting up formations and we can do some testing. This is not going to be super fair because if you see, this is like the most used defense. Like the one I use the most is super effective. I know it has a counter. I'm not going to mention it because if I do here, I'll just get obliterated every time. But this also counters this. Like, let's see. Since I'm not running a Lily May on my defensive formation, I don't have to worry about getting cancelled. So the first ult Cryonaia gets is going to just destroy everyone in 2 seconds, and then Bonnie just going to die in the next cast. So this is this strong for PvP, but it's kind of similar to when you wanted to run Diurnal and Dawnlinger. You need 3 specific heroes: Foresto, Twins, and Cryonaia. So this may not be super free to play friendly, and also you need a Cryonaia at least S plus and plus 20 to have the best effect. So I'm not sure how well this is going to perform. Now I'm not sure. I'll just try like a defensive formation that I was asked to test. And let's see the difference. So I'll showcase the formation here with someone first, and I'll ask Jenna to copy this formation. And she has a better level of Paragon compared to us. So first, let me look for. I can't find him now. Okay, it's here. So he set up a formation that I asked him to try last time. And this formation is also being used a lot in some levels. And this includes, similar to what I was using, it's Tallinn, Foresto, and Bonnie. But they are changing Tassi and Lily May. So this formation, I'm not sure, Jenna, if you can set this up, please. I'll try this one first and then try the same but with your paragon levels, because if you see here there's just three paragons here, and this is going to change a lot. For now I'll just set the formation like I would use it. It's something like this. Then a copy of Resto needs to give no, let me just change it a bit. This is better. So a copy of Resto is going to give a buff to Cryonaia here. Then we will have this tile is going to give us a buff here of mana. I'll set Rowan in the middle because that way he will get both manas and also a little defense here for our healer. So let's see if this works. Where's Ludovic? And I'm going to use the regular items. Sorry, the spells, the artifacts that I would be using in regular arena. The only difference here is that, you know, in regular arena you don't have these tile buffs, so that's a little bit of advantage on us. But let's try this. Okay, if we see, we're going to cast now the ult. Again, it's going to be versus the ones that deal the most damage, which is normally Lily May and Bunny. Like, it's almost always Lily May and Bunny. And you see, Tassie died without even having a chance to cast anything. Like, this is a complete counter to Tassie and Lily May and Bunny. In case you can cast, because like I mentioned, Lily May can just cancel your ult and make your life hell. Bonnie can reduce your haste and also make your life hell. So make sure that Cryonaia is not at the rearmost position, because that's how Bonnie works. And Tassie, like, remember how it was a pain when she starts spamming her ult and everything? This completely obliterates that formation, right? I think we have enough here. Once we have these shards, I'll just convert them into regular ones, because, like, you know, this was something they did for us that's super nice. Once you have a hero in plus 15, you are not able to use more shards, right? So in case you had more like this, they are just wasted. So they made a change that I'm going to just showcase here while we get Jenna to get the formation. If you have a hero that is above the plus 6 at least, and you get one of those shards for, like, sorry, the essences, you can transform it. So let's do the example here. We have 0, we're going to get one. We have 0, we're going to get one. And these other two heroes, those two I have not leveled them yet. So if you see both this girl is still at oh no, she's at 6, so we can do the trick here. If you get the essence swap, you can convert this to one normal one. That's something they did for us, that's nice. And if you try this one, you will see that I have one, but I can't assign any mythic equipment here, right? Because I don't have this hero ascended enough to convert him. So if I had enough currency, I could get 4 copies and change it into Mythic Plus to start getting the trick going. For now, I'll just going to do it with Mirror for now. If you see here, it's plus 6, so you can do the trick to transform this one. And finally, we had one more. I forgot who he was. Oh, it was Kruger. So let's see. Our old friend Kruger is here. And we can also transform this one. So that way you can transform your points, your daily points, into temporal essence. And once I get this hero to plus 6, I can do the same trick. And once I get Lorsan, it's going to be the same. So now let's see. We're going to fight Jene's defense. This is not the one we requested, but let's try this. This was an old defense we had when season 2 was rolling. This was a solid defense where you were using Lily May and yeah, Lily May, Scarlita, which is pretty much no longer used. Coco is a defense, and Shakir. And you can see with this formation, the second cast is pretty much almost immediate. Let's try this now in Supreme, because I haven't attacked anyone. Like, if you see we're not pretty much attacking each other, um, I'm going to set that defense just to see how it works in case someone tries to attack us. And let's set it maybe... I'm not sure where it's going to be a nice... because we need the twins, right? So maybe here. Let's see. If we use Cryonaia here and then Foresto in here, and then the twins. Where are the twins? They're not as high, so oh my god, I can't see them. They may be used in some other formation. Yeah, they're using the second one. I'll have to change this one. But okay, let's just set this up. This one should be here. She's going to get the buff. Then I'll set this is going to be a little change, and I'm not sure if I like this because I'm wasting these 2 buffs of mana here. So let's change this. Maybe this one works better. Okay, yeah, let's try this one. So if we're going to use the twins like this, it's going to create the bond here. Or maybe just like this, you know. So I'm not even sure if this is the best for us. But this gets 1 buff, 2 buffs, 3 buffs. If I put Rowan there, this is going to give us another one once he casts, and he's getting 1 of the buffs from the hero here. And finally, I'll get Ludovic in there. No, we're using Ludovic. Oh my god. So no, but I think we removed everything, right? So let's start over. Yeah, Ludovic here, and that way we can get like healing, support, mana, and haste, and pretty much everything there. So they will know for sure what we're running here because it's out of the um, like out of the concealed spaces. But I mean, this is just for in case they attack us, right? So that's fine. Um, then let me just get one formation here so we can complete this. I kind of remember. And then they were using. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this one is better. And one more. Let's put Scarlita. I'm not sure if this is like the best. I don't think so, but I mean, this is just going to replace what I had before. Um, let's just give him something like this. I'm not sure. No, just Thorin here for like more defense. Um, and this one, I'm just going to set up like almost formation, and let's put what they're using now. It's either Niru or Brian. I think my Brian is higher than Niru. Yeah, so let's set this up like this, and we can use this one here, just whatever. um, I'll try to use one here. Just let's see if we have another formation from Jenna, and let's try. It's the same. So can you please change your formation for Fun Arena? I want to try something else. This formation is changed in here. If you go to your profile, this is for ones who don't know. You go to duel and you set another formation. If you see, this one has 52 successful defenses. There's people trying to beat it. I know they're trying with like how do you call it? The Graveborn tiles. So they have been trying several times. We do this in our guild to try and help people. Wait 1 second, please. I'll use the Supreme Arena for now. And let's try the teams. So I think I can only attack this person because the others are supposed to be our friends. So let's try what we built. I think it was something like this. I mean, it may not work because this is a completely difficult team to beat. We are not going to cast anything at the beginning of the fight, so I'm not even sure if we're going to survive long enough to be able to cast. If not, that's fine. I mean, we're just trying to showcase the formation. Yeah, this is fine, and this one. They have this and they have a Lily Maze, so let's go for something. I'm not sure. Like, it's Brian here. So I know whatever I place here is not going to be swapped because they are protected by concealment. I'm not sure why they're using this team like that. So yeah, that way she can stop one ult. And this last one, let's use our Rollinger. And something like maybe Damien. I mean, I'm not even sure this is going to work because, like we know, I'm just going to test the first team. So let's do it. We know Donlinger and Diana are going to pretty much obliterate everything until I can cast. And if I can't cast anything, this is not going to work, right? So we need to stop, yeah, that part. And then let's see if we have enough damage to kill those. We're going to pretty much immediately cast the next ult after this one. So this may be a counter to Donlinger, I'm not sure. Yeah. But the problem is Dino is still in the air, so we can't target him, and we're going to die now. So if we just managed to cast that when Dino was on the floor, we would have won this fight. I'll just speed this up. We didn't set a healer here, so this is not going to be a fight we can win. Just was to showcase the first one, right? And this one is just super quick to win because we have money. But the two first ones are the ones that matter. So I'm not sure if we can kind of tweak how we are casting with Cryonaia. We can try to use her as part of like a Donlinger, maybe, but that's still going to be hard because most of the fight you need ults to get her mana, right? I'm not sure what it is, but okay. Let's do whatever this is. It's going to be a mirror match, I guess. How can we? And then Ludovic here. And yeah, this one. No, we're not even using the spells that we use in normal, so let's use one for. This would be like a matchup versus Supreme Arena one. And after this, I'll just end the video. So if you see, we're going against our mirror. Our Cryonaia is going to cast second. That's completely bad because if we cast second, we are going to die in one tap. You saw that? So I'm going to try again the same thing. And I'm not sure if there's a way we can cast first, like, let's just add haste with this spell. She's getting 2, 3, and I think that's the fastest way we can cast. Let's speed this up. No, once again we cast second. How else we can cast first? Like, what else gives mana? Because this is 2 mana here. Let's change this. Okay, so let's do just one quick change. Let's try to get the cast first with Rowan here. So Rowan is up to you. Cast now. Get Cryonaia. Yeah, we cast it first. And you see, you can turn the tide if you cast first. I mean, even with my levels, I can't kill them because that's a higher bargain. But if you cast first, you have at least more chance to kill some of the heroes. So let's try again. What else can I use here? Maybe this one. The problem is Cryonaia was not summoned to the circle in the first try. Now she was, so now we're killing everyone like one by one. But in the previous try, Cryonaia was left out of the first circle. I'm not really sure why. But well, this concludes pretty much what we can do with Cryonaia. My suggestion is, since she's the she really needs to have the ult going first if you're going versus a mirror, and second, if you want to pretty much use her to kill the full enemy team, you will need to have her charms, her supreme plus, and at least, if not bargain, and at least plus 25 in order to kill like pretty much anything. I think she's strong, maybe not the same level as Bonnie, because Bonnie, as of now, I have not had any team that can't be killed with Bonnie. Like, even we can, I mean, this is not part of the video, so I'll just make it outside, but we can defeat that team with Bonnie, I'm pretty much sure, even if you have Cryonaia. Or maybe you can even add Bonnie to your team, right? So you can have the decreasing haste to the enemy heroes, and if they are setting Cryonaia in the back, you can kind of cancel that. So this concludes what I have for now for Cryonaia. You can, if you want to use her for PvP, this is like one of the best heroes I have found so far. She can deal with Bonnie if used correctly, with Lily May. Um, you can see she can deal with Dunlinger if you have like the proper team. Um, what else? Tallinn, she can also kill her because this is like her counter. So yeah, if you want to just get her, this is a super nice hero to get. Uh, the visuals are incredible. Like her dress, like the hair, the crown, like the aesthetics, everything. It's amazing. The cast, and even the voice that she's using for like the voiceover, or like the, yeah, like the voice actress. It's nice. Like, it's not something I'm just saying out of nowhere. Like, you won't get tired of having her in your team. So just if you want to go for her, my recommendation is get your guild points here, get the most copies you can. Also use the event, because if you keep doing this event we got here, you will get at least 10 stellar crystals. the orbs, and you will get 15 of these shards. So in order to get her for the plus 10, you need 75. In order to get her to plus 15, you need 200 more. So you can farm them using the method that I mentioned for Dream Realm. And if you have any questions, I'll leave the invite to our Discord in the description of the video, and see you in the next video. Bye.